to a lesson on indirect measurement using triangles. We are going to look at example 1 to 6, which is on page 527 of your Reveal Maths textbook. And we are going to look specifically at similar triangles and how do we solve indirect measurement problems. So very quickly, we need to understand that we will always have two triangles. So we are comparing a triangle which has a height and it gives us the base of 7 foot. And then we have the height here, which is 3, and we have 4 feet on the bottom. So in order to work an example out like this is we always use the proportion rule. So we would write h over 7 is equal to 3 over 4. And our next step is to cross multiply. Right? So when we cross multiply, we will get 4h is equal to 21. That is 3 times 7, which is 21. So 4h is equal to 21. Therefore, divide by 4 on both sides because we want to eliminate the 4. We only need the h. So we would cancel the 4 with the 4 and we are left with h. And 4 goes into 21, 5.25 times. So basically, this is the standard formula that you would use to cross multiply. So we'll go very quickly to the second example. I've already written it out for you, but what is most important in understanding this is this example has both the triangles inside, right? One triangle is inside the other. So remember, you have the big triangle and these are the measurements of your big triangle. H over 31.5. And then you go to find your second triangle. Always color or shade so it makes it easier. And therefore you get the measurement 6.5 or 6.5 over 9. Using the same method of proportion, cross multiply, and you should get the answer of 22.34. In our next example, once again, as I said, always identify your triangles first. So they are saying triangle ABE. Read your questions very carefully. So it is ABE. So there's ABE. So you've got the measurement of, we got h, which is correct. Now you're probably wondering how I got, here it says 20, but how do I get 18 written here? Or why do I have 18 written? Remember, the big triangle, the bigger triangle is 20, as you can see in the next example. In the next proportion, we have 20. So we want the measure of ABE, so it will be 20 minus the 2, which gives me 18. And this is my bigger triangle. So you can see that we always have two triangles. So isolate your triangles and write down the measurements. So now you would have 2.5 over 20. Once again, cross multiply and solve for h using the same method that we used in the first example. Going on to example 4, exactly the same instructions or the same method if you want to call it. So d over 45 is equal to 10 over 21. Cross multiply once again, cross multiply, and your answer should be 21.4 meters. Going to the next example. If it's a word problem, remember, important to highlight important information which is given. They tell us a 25-foot tall house. So there's my 25, and it casts a shadow of 75 foot. So there is my 75. Then I go on. It says at the same time a street light casts a 60-foot shadow. So the shadow is at the bottom and the height is unknown. So my height is unknown. One trick to work with examples like this, when you find that you can simplify instead of working with very large numbers, remember you can say 25 goes into 25 one time and 25 goes into 75 three times. Now if I cross multiply, it will be 3h, sorry about that, 3h is equal to 60, and when you work out the equation, it should give you 20 foot. Similarly, you would use the same strategy to complete example 6. I hope that this is a very easy method for you to apply and to remember. Always remember, the more you learn, the easier it is to learn more. All the best with your studies.